So evening, loves. If you've got a bolster handy, we will use it this evening in practice with Twisted Deer. If you haven't got a bolster, then, sort of a stack of cushions can always be quite supportive. So just letting you know you'll probably need that. We often use our cushion for bench, and a couple of blocks we're going to come into heart bench tonight too. So just take these first few minutes just to become still and breathe and ground down, either from seated or lying down, whatever you feel like you need. And just notice what tension you're holding in the body from your day. Sometimes it's not until we actually think about all the parts of our body, our joints and the muscles, that we really notice that sometimes we're like a coiled spring, we're so tight. And we need to continually release. It doesn't release on the first go. So just taking these few minutes to unwind a little. Breathing into belly. And just noticing your thoughts, whether your mind still feels busy or whether it's gently starting to slow down. As you take a few moments here, still noticing the quality of your breath, whether it's quite shallow and you're only half breathing, or whether you can connect and take some lovely deep breaths to belly and chest. So take a few more breaths. If you're seated, maybe you start just to roll the shoulders. If you're lying down, you can maybe rock the head from side to side a few times. And maybe have a stretch and then gently bring the knees in to chest. Take a moment here. Feel how your back feels and rock perhaps. And then when you're ready, you can roll up, coming into seated position. We're just going to have 5 minutes of quiet silence this evening. Now and then I'll just draw you back to your breath. But it's always interesting to see what 5 minutes of just sitting with yourself in a meditative state will bring up, what thoughts, how fast the mind is or how slow the mind is. Whether you can stay present and sort of watching, being the observer of what's going on. So without doing anything other than literally just perhaps following the breath to come back to the present. That's what we will practice this evening. So get comfortable. Have a few moments to root yourself down as well. And we'll just gently let the eyelids close. Just follow the breath a few times and just let's see what this feels like. Relaxing. Just following your breath. Following your mind and your thoughts. Just notice with these last few breaths here what thought that you're on, whether it was many thoughts through your practice or one sort of continual thought, whether you could find the gaps. So just gently blinking eyes open, and then we'll come into caterpillar. Starting with forward fold. Using blanket under your knees if you want to. And then just as we sit here, just wriggle side to side, just feel the sit bones connect to your mat. And then when you're ready, we'll take our time to just explore where this posture takes us. Letting the legs relax, you might find that your feet roll out to the side. It's nice to come into these postures without thinking of pushing too far, but just seeing how sitting here with the 5 minutes will let everything stretch and become more supple. Even though we're leaning forward, just trying to direct your breath to your belly. taking the time to let your mind wander around and see where you're tense. Relaxing shoulders and upper body. Keep trying to relax anything that you find tight still. Even relaxing your face. How does this pose feel this evening? Where do you feel the tightness? Perhaps the back or backs of your legs? You can gently see if there's any more movement here. Trying to relax between the shoulder blades. And then gently we'll take a few breaths and lifting up nice and slowly, just so you can feel everything that releases as we come up. And then gently lying back. Noticing what you feel, whether that feels good to lie back, whether it relieves something. Take a few moments if you need to rock your pelvis forwards, backwards, side to side. Just find that comfortable spine. And some deep breaths. As we do this, we can relax the back even more. And just notice if you're still holding a little bit of tightness somewhere. And then when you're ready, let's bring your knees in. One at a time, little rock. We're going to come into heart bench next. So just needing your 2 bricks. So one for your head and one behind your back, aligning with your spine, and then we'll come down. So just gently starting to rest on that block behind your back. Keep just moving it until it's in that right position for you. And then resting your head. Some weeks you might find you want it a bit higher on the back, and other times you might think, oh, lower feels a bit better today. So and it always feels a little bit hard and strange at first, but you do get used to it. Letting the arms rest wherever feels comfortable. Enjoying this really lovely stretch across the upper body. And maybe you can just close your eyes. Notice what's going on, where there's still a little bit of tenderness or tightness in your upper back. Are you tight through your neck? And if you sort of drop the chin down, you might find just a little bit of relaxation there. Nice, gently breathing to belly. And just observing your inner dialogue. What's going through your mind? What are you saying to yourself? And just keep checking in through the buttocks and the legs if you're completely relaxed. And is it starting to feel easier now? Is there a nice slow rhythm to your breath? Just check again whether there's tension in the neck and whether you just need to drop the chin. And then gently we'll just take a few more breaths. When you're ready, just lifting your head, supporting yourself as you lift up. And then we'll come down, just pop the blocks aside. And again, just noticing whatever you feel. How long does it take to relax through your body? Just dropping shoulders away from your ears. Even as we lie still, noticing any twinges that you have, other sensations. Deep breaths. And so as that all fades away, we'll bring the right knee in, then left. Taking a moment just to rock. Or little circles, whatever feels nice. And so we'll roll up, coming into twisted deer next. This is a two-sided pose. It does involve the hips. So if you prefer to do another two-sided pose, you can. You could try. You might need a bit more cushioning, sometimes even sort of a little pad underneath the buttocks if the leaning onto the hip is the issue. If it's the rotation round, it could be a pose that you can do one side and not the other. So just seeing if you can adjust, taking the right shin to the front, left legs to the side, and then bolster towards that right hip. And then belly turns towards, and then we come down. If you can't come onto the belly and really twist into this, then sort of lying towards the side and just seeing if there's any give in the body. So if you know that this won't suit you, just trying something else, a two-sided pose that you know you can enjoy. So relaxing. Trying to relax through the legs and the buttocks into the lower back. And whatever position you're in right now, always trying to maybe relax the face. There's so many muscles in the face, and quite often we're holding an expression all the time. It's quite hard to actually fully relax. So breathing deeply, allowing the body to be very calm. Can you relax your arms and your shoulders in this pose? And the neck, and where your cheek meets the bolster. Really trying to relax the head. What's going through your mind? How are you speaking to yourself? Is there anything else you can really soften? And we'll just take a few more breaths. And gently coming out of your pose. Keeping the bolster handy if you came into twisted deer. Otherwise, whatever other props you've used, come into a lying position. Just feel whatever you feel. Nice sigh. What's lovely with any of these two-sided poses is that we can really tune into what's going on one side and how the other side feels. Taking some nice deep breaths and just letting everything soften through the back of your body, through the buttocks and your legs. And then gently let's draw the knees in. Another nice little hug here, feeling perhaps different sensations every time that we've come out of a different shape and a different posture. So rolling up. If you're joining me in twisted deer, we're going to have the left shin to the front and the right leg to the side. And if anyone else is in different poses, then again, just really listening into how that side feels. We're going to turn the body and come down. And enjoying some nice deep breaths while you're in this pose. Feeling how the body moves with every breath, the inhale and the exhale. Where you can relax more. Shoulders, neck. Softening your face. If you need to adapt or just shift your pose, alter what you're doing in any way you can do, moving legs. Just listening to how your body wants to respond. Enjoying what feels good. And even though we do these poses quite often, just being curious as to how they feel in the moment. Keep relaxing anywhere you can. It's also interesting to be curious as to how long you can stay relaxed after you've told your body to soften, before you find that certain areas are sort of tighter again, and then how long you can relax again. It should feel quite simple to relax as we are in these positions, but it's very surprising how much we can really hold tension. So we'll just take a few more breaths. Gently coming up. Relaxing back. And then just exploring how this side feels. Following your breath, whether it's shallow, rapid, and just letting whatever sensations are, or tingly feelings, coolness through your body, it just fades. So again, just notice if your breath is very upper chest or whether you find it easy to naturally breathe to the belly and then up into the chest. Let's bring our knees in. We're going to come into bench next, followed by waterfall. So two nice relaxing poses towards the end of our session. So rolling up, grab your little cushion and then placing it a little bit further away from your body so that you're not curving too much into your lumbar spine. This is more of a thoracic upper body stretch, a nice gentle one. And then we'll just lie back. If you feel like you need support behind your neck, today I'm going to take a block because I can feel a little pinched nerve around that area. So please always use something else to support your body in however it feels in the moment. From week to week, we can, have different sensations going on through our body. And again, a lovely deep breath. Maybe take a long sigh. And let the cushion and whatever else you're using support you. Relaxing the neck and your face. And just really allowing the chest to stretch. Noticing your thoughts here, whether Your thoughts are now quieter as you've progressed through practice. Whether you're very much more aware of the present moment and how you're feeling than earlier. Perhaps your breath is a little slower. When your thoughts do wander off, where do they wander? What subject or person or scenario? Noticing whether when your mind wanders, do your thoughts drift more into the future or into the past? Where do you gravitate? Just thinking about whether this pose is something that you can really relax into, whether you don't have to keep looking through the body to release tension. So we'll take one more breath here. And with a nice deep breath in, we can come up, just pulling the cushion away. We'll come down. Keep it handy. We'll use it in waterfall next. Again, just enjoying being in neutral spine, feeling whatever you feel, wherever you feel it. Relax. As you lie here, do you notice perhaps how quiet your mind can become in your practice as opposed to the rest of your day? How in some ways it's actually a form of meditation and mindfulness. So gently we'll bring our knees in for a little hug. A nice self-hug here. And then putting the little cushion under the buttocks. just roll up ever so gently and we can come into waterfall. And actually, before you do that, if you've got a blanket and you feel a little bit cool, you can pop it over your feet and then come up. And it actually is much like a waterfall. You can have your legs bent, you don't have to have them straight, whatever feels most comfortable this evening. And if you have a wall that you can swing your legs around onto, it's even better. How do you feel? Very, very relaxing pose, very beneficial for our heart. And if you are holding fluids in the legs, lovely to drain. And if your eyes are closed, just bring your awareness to your third eye, Ajna. And just allow that center to open up. You might start to see purple or indigo. And just allow this intuitive center to power up and work. How do you feel? Is there a stillness to your thoughts? Are your shoulders relaxed? Is your neck soft? Just trying to let go of any facial expression that you're holding. And then very gently we'll just bend at the knees and lower the feet. You can keep your blanket over you. Have a moment here as we pull the cushion away. You might just want to hug in and then bring your legs down slowly. Just have a moment in Shavasana. Just feeling whatever you get after each pose. It's lovely to really acknowledge the benefits of different poses. So if you ever need to relieve the body, you'll know which one will help wherever you're feeling aches or pains. Certain poses you'll notice will relieve something emotionally as well. So it's always interesting to see how our feelings shift. So when you're ready, draw your knees in. A nice little rock. And then just coming into whatever position you want to relax in. If you've still got your blanket around you, or you want a few blankets and cushions, get yourself cozy. So just relaxing. This is just a little piece of writing by the Buddha. Know the sweet joy of living in the way. Live in joy, in love, even amongst those who hate. Live in joy, in health, even among the afflicted. Live in joy, in peace, even among the troubled. Look within. Be still, free from fear and attachment. Know the sweet joy of living in the way. There is no fire like greed, no crime like hatred, no sorrow like hunger of heart, and no joy like the joy of freedom. Health, contentment, and trust are your greatest possessions, and freedom your greatest joy. Look within, be still, free from fear and attachment. Know the sweet joy of living in the way. Just some lovely little wise words to kind of ground us and remind us of what's truly valuable in life. Health, freedom, happiness. So just have a few lovely minutes here to relax. And just notice that when you're in your yoga practice, when your mind is still or focused in the moment, you may not have anxiety or fear or worries. They're all from the past or will come in the future, but they're not in the now when you're connected to yourself. very gently. Just starting to maybe just take a deep breath. Feel the prana, the chi coming into your body. Gently starting to wiggle fingers and toes. Rocking head side to side. Maybe rolling shoulders. And then gently, in your own time, if you're lying down, you can roll up to seated. Take your time, there's no rush. And a few more deep breaths. And then when you're seated, we can bring our hands together. Om Shanti. Namaste.